Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we have our first ever community replay. This one sent in by a guy who's watched the channel for a long time, and it's kind of a special place on the channel for me because when my dad had his accident in his mixer truck, it would have been in 2017? No, 2018, right? It's been a minute. I'm sorry. But when he did, while my dad was in the hospital, Mr. Badger here went out and visited him. He didn't have to do that. That was pretty cool of him. Not only did he visit him, but he brought snacks. And you know, us guys, we don't mind, you know, getting snacks. I don't care who you are. That being said, he's wasted no time in getting into the action. We've got a guide here, Tier 5. German destroyer, and the first thing he spots is a Tier 5 German destroyer. And the guy that's coming towards him has, fortunately, or unfortunately, managed to not get torped. So, good for him, bad for us. But that being said, here come the wall of torps. You knew it was coming? Come on, don't get torped, oh my god! That's way too close for my comfort, oh my god! Torpedo beats, my goodness. But that being said, this has not gone well for the guide who has just charged into the smokescreen, praying to God that he doesn't get obliterated. He's getting obliterated. He's maintaining being spotted due to the 2-kilometer guaranteed acquisition. Yeah, so nobody got torped, but that might be the last time that nobody gets torped in this video. Now, if you're new to community replays on my channel, I want to point something out, and that is, when I do these community replay narrations, I'm watching it for the first time right here with you guys. I'm not watching in advance and trying to pick out this and that, you know. I like to show a one-off, general reaction to the video because I think it's more genuine, you know. I like watching people play. There's nothing I like more, especially people that are better than me. That's one of my favorite things, because I can learn a lot from them, and hopefully you can too. Now, there's a destroyer that has jumped into the base way too early for the enemy team, and the entire team is here to absolutely murder their face. So, Badger, not one to trust his teammates, can't really blame him, heads straight back. Now, I say Badger, and you're going to be like, well, Spartan, his name ain't Badger. I know him as Badger. You guys will know him as Templar 12 Alpha. So, yeah, he's sailing right towards that angry smoke screen. He has to. He's one of the few people that can get back. The battleship, by the time he turns around, is not going to be able to do much. And if he ever tried to go after the destroyer, he'd probably get torped into oblivion. So, a destroyer versus a destroyer match. Now, he's already lost health, so that's not perfect. Oh, but the Icarus has lost more health. And this isn't probably... Oh, that first shot, not the best. Not the best. Now, I will say this is an older replay as well, so this has been around a little while. Not too long. I think it was in September he sent it to me. But it's going to be a doozy. And so far, the German accuracy is getting the better of him, and there, finally, we get a good hit. And, of course, we hit him one time and set him on fire. Of course we would. And he's not putting out the fire, and there goes the propulsion. He waited, knowing he would likely get... Oh, and it's too late. Oh, my lord. King George V, and there's the torpedoes you knew were coming. Because anytime a destroyer runs broadside, you're going to get some torps sent your way. That's just the way it is. But Icarus is down, their guide is down, and that leaves us to roam around mostly free. There's still one destroyer left on the enemy team. However, we are the only destroyer left on our team, and we are one ship down to the enemies right now. But there is what we call a target-rich environment up ahead, and I haven't played the German destroyers yet, so you guys will have to help me with some of the stats and whatnot. But they seem to be pretty decent, especially with their guns. Their guns are pretty nasty, and they tend to have a little more hit points than any of the other destroyers. So that's something to keep an eye out for. But I don't know the range of their torpedoes. I would imagine they're probably in the 8-kilometer range, if I had to guess. But I don't know the full range. I guess we're going to find out here shortly, because generally speaking, you don't want to be driving in or sailing into a crowd of people and launching your torps when you're spotted. You know what I mean? You come at them, you plan your attack, and you put the torps out ahead of them, and then peel away while you reload, letting the fish do what they may. Now, the York, surely he's not... I was going to say, surely with 2 battleships sailing one way, he is not going to fire off some torps at a destroyer, or at a cruiser. So he just pulls off. He's like, nope, I'm going to save them for these big, fat, dumb battleships. And sure enough, here they come, one after another, sailing broadside on to an angry, angry destroyer. And it does appear to be in the 8-kilometer range, because he was under 8 kilometers and immediately had enough range. So, at least 7.5. But I think it's 8. And so he launches both salvos of torpedoes and he peels off. It's what most people do. It's called stealth torping. It doesn't always work, but if these guys are dumb enough to sail in a freaking straight line while they are being detected by something they cannot see, they are not going to enjoy this. And sure enough, Nagato, you're first. Those look really good, and down goes the Nagato.
Enemy battleship sunk.
Which leaves the Scharnhorst. Now, we've still got 40 seconds left on our torpedo reload, so we don't want to get too crazy, and the Scharnhorst is very, very capable of absolutely ruining us, not only with his own torpedoes, which are 6-kilometer range, but with his guns, which are smaller caliber and less likely to overpen. Of course, it's a destroyer, he's always going to overpen. But Scharnhorsts tend to fire HE quite a bit because of their low caliber guns, so you've got to be careful of that. But we also have the York encroaching on our position. Now, surely the Scharnhorst, having seen the Nagato get his butt whooped by some torpedoes, isn't going to do something stupid like sail in a straight line. Now, Templar's going to have to be careful here because the Scharnhorst has changed direction, is now coming straight towards him, and will spot him very, very soon. Now, you'll notice he's waiting for him to finish turning just to kind of give him an idea of what this guy's planning on doing. And he's going to be detected very, very soon. And wait for it. Yeah, he gets the shots out. He's still not detected. But I would expect that to be... Is he going to get out of there just in time? Now, surely he'll use one of his engine propulsion... what do you call it? Engine boosts at this point, right? I would, just to maintain that distance. But no! The Scharnhorst, having slowed down at the worst possible time, is going to catch all of these torpedoes. Oh my god, and that is a devastating strike, and then some. He couldn't have possibly slowed down at a worst possible time. Like, that was disgusting. Disgusting. And the worst part is, he slowed down at the perfect time to keep from spotting Templar, while also securing the fact that he's going to die. Sometimes, you just can't make it up. Now, I've said it in the past. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of skill that is required for a destroyer that plays, hyper-aggressive. And so far, Templar has been pretty aggressive, jumping into the fray early, getting that destroyer spot, and then also helping his team get it killed. Then the second one falling back to the base and killing that destroyer, or at least getting close enough to try to kill that destroyer. Then we've had the 2 battleship kills so far. So, being a huge help, not only with his torpedoes and getting the damage at 63,000 damage and 2 kills with 1 devastating strike so far, but he's also managed to put himself in a position to spot the enemy and help his team kill them. That's invaluable. Like, you can't put a price on that. However, if that York gets much closer, he's going to find, oh wait, hold on, we've already got torps in the water. York, you can't be this stupid, right? Okay, so the York's seeing them, he's turning, he's still going to eat 1, 2, down he goes. Well, actually, it said it was only 1. But those torps are so perfect because now the New Mexico is just sitting there going, you have got to be kidding me. There's no way this guy's this good. Well, you're wrong, Sunshine, and that's going to cost you a lot of health. There was 3 more torpedo hits with a total of 4 hits in that salvo alone, bringing us up to 97,000 damage. And an absolutely incredible salvo, taking out the York and almost taking out the New Mexico in the process. Now, is he going to fire his guns here? I wouldn't recommend it, but, it looks like he is. He is getting the shots away. The New Mexico, and he sets the fire. Of course, everybody else hits him with HE, nothing, but his shot sets the fire. He has no damage control because he, assuming just used it with those torpedoes, had to have had some flooding, and now he is perma-burning. He is going to burn to death, and his guns are facing away, so this is the perfect time to fire. You don't even have to worry. You're outside of secondary range. Is he going to get the kill with the fire? Come on, fire a little faster. Oh, the King George manages to steal the kill at the last possible second. Oh, that's frustrating. That should have been his 4th kill, but it's okay. We're at 100,000 damage with 900 extra just sprinkled in on top. We've got 11 torp hits, 3 kills, and there is a New Mexico that is looking very juicy. Now, he doesn't have much health left, but that doesn't stop you from wanting to take it all. Now, notice the two teams. We know that they are all in the same area, or at least last known was in the same area near their New Mexico. And our team is in the same general area. Now, this York sailing broadside on. Okay, he's turning away. He's no dummy. He's like, okay, I know I can get a salvo off at the New Mexico and turn away from his shots. So doing that is a good thing. Now, there's no way that those torps are ever going to hit that New Mexico. Ever. So the York's throwing those torps out there. Could be fishing for a destroyer that he doesn't see. You know, he knows the last known of the destroyer was over this general direction. So maybe he's just trying to catch that, or maybe he just didn't know how to use his torpedoes and couldn't realize that he didn't have the distance. But Templar's not going to have that issue. He goes ahead. He only needs 1 salvo to hit him. Actually, 1 torpedo probably takes the cake. Notice he fires the first one at the guaranteed shot the computer tells you to shoot, and then he adjusts it for a little bit further back in case the New Mexico changes and slows down. It's a good strategy. It works really well, but this New Mexico has already started turning, and I would assume that the turn is going to take him out of the path of those torpedoes. I would assume. But I could be wrong, and it looks like I am wrong. In fact, he's going to catch at least 1. And there it is. Not quite enough. We needed 2. But, assuming that started a flood, he's going to go ahead and start shooting. The guy's not looking at him, and somebody sets a fire on him. He's not putting it out, which means he did in fact cause flooding. I probably should pay attention to the flooding. You know, that's usually a good thing. I didn't pay attention to whether it caused flooding or not. But, nope, never mind. It must not have caused flooding because he just used his damage control to put out the fire. And now, if he gets set on fire again, or just gets killed by the guns in general, he's dead. And down he goes. Now, the Fubuki out here, this is not where you want to be. If you're detected in a Fubuki, it means you've fired your you fired your guns. And a Fubuki is not the greatest at gun battles. It's the first destroyer in the Japanese line to get the dual turrets. So it's not the worst, but it's certainly not where you want to be in a Japanese destroyer if you can help it. And the Nuremberg up ahead is kind of begging for it. I would be surprised if he doesn't. Okay, the armor piercing is already being loaded. He's like, this guy's going to give me a juicy broadside. Let's see the citadels from the destroyer. Come on, baby. Nope, we didn't hit him. Come on, we can do it. We want to see these. Oh, he's fired way out ahead of the guy. He's going way too slow, and those torps are never going to miss. There's no way. Oh, but the time runs out. What a troll. Whether it was, or not the time, but the points, or whatever happened. I didn't see it. That's one of the things about recording live. But it was such a troll. 111,000 damage done. Not bad at all. 3 kills. Pretty good game for a tier 5. So if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.